Hi, I'm Alex Birdwell. I'm doing a speech for my one-on-one class. The topic I chose for my persuasive speech was that media violence is causing real acts of violence. How often do you see violence? Is it in your favorite TV shows? Is it in video games you play or on social media such as bullying? Since I am on social media, I play video games, I watch movies, and they all have violence in them, like crime shows. I watch a lot of crime shows, so I know how it could affect someone. The definition of media violence is visual portrayals of acts of physical aggression by one human or a human-like character against another, shown as media, television, social media, video games. Studies have proven that children who have played more violent video games become angrier and a more violent person when they get older, such as shooting games like Call of Duty. Like Grand Theft Auto has shooting, reckless driving, hookers, and drugs. People may find it entertaining and want to imitate the actions. It's kind of like, what if we didn't have video games? Like, would people really have the ideas of all the shooting and stuff, like the acts of violence? Although there was violence before video games came about, I think violence promotes it. Like, video games promote the violence. It lets younger kids know how in different ways to do things. There's also bullying and tormenting on social media. When someone is bullied, it could make them become violent, make them angry. Also, social media, such as like Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, they portray a perfect kind of person, like a girl's perfect body, or a perfect personality, or likes and dislikes. And it could portray them. It is a violent act, like anorexia, bulimia. It could try to change a person to become violent, to become whatever the internet is portraying a perfect person to be. So it may not be, they also like bully people into being the right person. Like, people comment on people's pictures and say, oh, you're fat, or you shouldn't be wearing that, your makeup looks bad, stuff like that. It's like social media portrays a perfect person. Heroes in like Spider-Man, Superman, all the good heroes, even though they're heroes in the movies, they're still doing violent acts. And children portray that as being a good thing because they're superheroes. They're supposed to be helping the world. But in real life, that's not how it's supposed to be. You can't go kill somebody because they're hurting your friend, because that is violent. Some examples I found were in the Columbine shooting. The people who did the shooting were video gamers trying to live out their digital fantasy. So they seen something in a video game and they wanted to relive it, and that's how the Columbine shooting. In the article, they were talking about how it's not you can't have a direct link to shootings and violence in real life to video games, because video games can affect everybody differently. And so it's a hard study to prove, but actually sales in violent video games have increased, while violent juvenile crimes have significantly decreased, according to violentvideogames.com. And like, that may be true, but you can't say that just because violent video games are selling more and there's less violence, that video games aren't causing violence. Not everybody who plays video games is violent. And it's not only the juvenile people. It may be children become more angry and aggressive as they get older. So just because violent juvenile crimes are going down, what about the adult crimes? Maybe it's affecting them later in life. So in all, social media, television, and video games all show acts of violence, and the children or later adults tried to portray the violence. And that's all, so thank you for listening, and hopefully you take in consideration that media is causing violence, whether it's bullying or portraying an act of violence. So thank you.